Παρακαλώ υποδεχτείτε στη σκηνή τη συντονίστρια της εκδήλωσης και δημοσιογράφο του In Business, Έμιλη Αντωνίου.
Αγαπητοί συνεργάτες, κυρίες και κύριοι, καλησπέρα σας. Είναι με ιδιαίτερη χαρά που σας καλωσορίζουμε στην απόψινή μας εκδήλωση, την οποία διοργανώνει η Orb Communications σε συνεργασία με το περιοδικό In Business. Αδιαμφισβήτητα η εδώ παρουσία όλων εσάς των στελεχών και εκπροσώπων των επιχειρήσεων του τόπου που αποτελούν τη ραχοκοκαλιά της κυπριακής οικονομίας μας τιμά ιδιαιτέρως και σας ευχαριστούμε. Είναι ακριβώς με αυτό το σκεπτικό που αποφασίστηκε και η ετοιμασία του μεγάλου ειδικού αφιερώματος στο περιοδικό In Business Ιουνίου που κυκλοφορεί αυτή την Κυριακή και παρουσιάζει η Orb Communications. Σε αυτό, πέραν των 55 decision makers της επικοινωνίας, εξηγούν το σκεπτικό των επενδύσεων, των διαφημιστικών τους προϋπολογισμών, αλλά και το πώς επιτυγχάνεται η απόδοση της επένδυσης σε κάθε brand. Ομολογουμένως, τα όσα καταγράφονται στο πολυσέλιδο αφιέρωμα είναι και ενδιαφέροντα και ιδιαιτέρως χρήσιμα για τους επαγγελματίες του είδους. Αρκεί να κατανοήσουμε την τεράστια σημασία του ΡΟΗ όταν πρόκειται για την εταιρική επικοινωνία και τις πρακτικές marketing που ακολουθούνται από κάθε οργανισμό. Ας πάρουμε όμως σε αυτό το σημείο μια γεύση από το αφιέρωμά μας. Αγαπητοί συνεργάτες, καλώ τώρα στο βήμα τον Διευθύνοντα Σύμβουλο της IMH, τον κύριο Γιώργο Μιχαήλ, για το δικό του καλωσόρισμα.
Ευχαριστώ. Ευχαριστώ πολύ αγαπητοί φίλοι και συνεργάτες. Σας καλωσορίζω στην παρουσίαση της ειδικής έκδοσης του περιοδικού In Business. Την έκδοση με θέμα Marketing Return of Investment. Ένα τεράστιο ζήτημα στον χώρο της επικοινωνίας. Πώς να μετρούμε την αποτελεσματικότητα της δαπάνης marketing και επικοινωνίας του οργανισμού μας. Και ενώ εσείς βλέπετε τους πρωταγωνιστές της έκδοσης, να σας πω ότι εδώ και μήνες η δημοσιογραφική ομάδα του In Business έκανε μια μεγάλη έρευνα για να εντοπίσει τις εταιρείες από όλους τους τομείς της οικονομίας με το μεγαλύτερο ετήσιο spending σε marketing και επικοινωνία. Spending που κάνουν στην Κύπρο αλλά και στο εξωτερικό. Στο πολυσέλιδο αφιέρωμα θα δείτε τη λίστα με τις εταιρείες αυτές, καθώς και τους πρωταγωνιστές, τους marketing manager, τα στελέχη και τις ομάδες που έχουν το δύσκολο έργο της εταιρικής και προϊοντικής επικοινωνίας και της διαφύλαξης βεβαίως της φήμης του οργανισμού. Η έκδοση είναι μια μεγάλη παραγωγή με σχεδόν 60 συνεντεύξεις και φωτογραφίσεις. Οι σημαντικότεροι decision makers της επικοινωνίας αποκαλύπτουν πού επενδύουν το διαφημιστικό τους budget και πώς πετυχαίνουν return of investment. Οι πρωταγωνιστές λοιπόν της έκδοσης είναι φυσικά οι marketing managers. Είναι σημαντική η ανάδειξη της δουλειάς σας με την πολυπλοκότητα και τις απαιτήσεις της. Τις απαιτήσεις του οργανισμού που σας εμπιστεύεται τα κονδύλια marketing και επικοινωνίας. Οι μαρκετίες θα πρέπει να αποδεικνύουν κάθε μέρα την αξία κάθε ευρώ που επενδύουν. Κάποτε, ξέρετε, η επικοινωνία, marketing, διαφήμιση ήταν πολύ πιο εύκολη υπόθεση. Πριν 30-40 χρόνια υπήρχε ένα τηλεοπτικό κανάλι και ένας ραδιοφωνικός σταθμός, το RIC, και 3-4 καθημερινές εφημερίδες. Το μήνυμα λοιπόν έφτανε σε όλη την Κύπρο πολύ πιο αποτελεσματικά και πολύ πιο φθηνά. Τώρα, το 2022, η ζωή εσάς των ανθρώπων της επικοινωνίας είναι πολύπλοκη. Τηλεοπτικά κανάλια, ραδιόφωνα, εφημερίδες, περιοδικά, ιστοσελίδες, συνέδρια, εκθέσεις, PR, social media, outdoor, out of home, in-store promotions, native advertising, branded content. Οι επιλογές είναι αμέτρητες, τα budgets όμως συγκεκριμένα. Πέραν τούτου, οι stakeholders ενός οργανισμού τώρα είναι περισσότεροι και πιο απαιτητικοί. Είναι οι πελάτες, είναι οι καταναλωτές, είναι οι εργαζόμενοι, είναι οι μέτοχοι και είναι και η κοινωνία. Και φυσικά τα ζητήματα πολύπλοκα. Social responsibility, ESG, gender equality, diversity and inclusion είναι μερικά από τα θέματα που οι marketeers θα πρέπει και αυτά να λαμβάνουν υπόψη στην επικοινωνία. Για εμάς στην IMH, το return of investment στο marketing των πελατών μας είναι βεβαίως προτεραιότητα. Οι πελάτες μας, που είναι σχεδόν όλο το επιχειρήν της Κύπρου, εμπιστεύονται στην IMH την προϊοντική τους ή εταιρική τους επικοινωνία και βεβαίως την ανάπτυξη της φήμης του οργανισμού τους. Είτε μέσω των συνεδρίων, εκθέσεων και εκδηλώσεων, είτε μέσω των media μας, οι πελάτες αναμένουν μετρήσιμα KPIs και συγκεκριμένους μετρήσιμους στόχους για όλες τις δράσεις τους. Και έτσι πιστεύουμε ότι πρέπει να λειτουργούν οι πελάτες, απαιτώντας μετρήσεις, return of investment και KPIs. Το επόμενο τεύχος λοιπόν που κυκλοφορεί την Κυριακή και θα πάρετε σε λίγο στα χέρια σας είναι ένα celebration των ανθρώπων του marketing. Χαιρόμαστε γιατί, όπως θα δείτε στην έκδοση, εκτός από τους συνήθεις ύποπτους, υπάρχουν καινούργιες εταιρείες, κάποιες με μετόχους από το εξωτερικό και καινούργια πρόσωπα. Στην Κύπρο δημιουργείται ένα νέο οικοσύστημα με εταιρείες με διεθνείς δραστηριότητες και βεβαίως με τεράστια κονδύλια επικοινωνίας και marketing. Να αναφέρω εδώ τα αγγλόφωνα κοινά της Κύπρου, από τις γνωστές εταιρείες, μεγάλες εταιρείες που εδρεύουν στη Λεμεσό, στη Λευκωσία, στη Λάρνακα, τις ξένες εταιρείες που έχουν γίνει κυπριακές εταιρείες, μεγαλώνουν και αυτές οι εταιρείες πραγματικά έχουν πάρα πολύ μεγάλα τμήματα επικοινωνίας, marketing και βεβαίως κονδύλια. Θέλω λοιπόν να ευχαριστήσω εσάς που συμμετείχετε σε αυτή τη μεγάλη έκδοση. Θέλω να ευχαριστήσω την Orb και την Νικολέτα Χαραλάμπους και την ομάδα της, τους Orpers, αντιλαμβάνομαι λέγονται, που στηρίζει την έκδοση και οργανώνει τη σημερινή εκδήλωση. Τέλος, να ευχαριστήσω την υπέροχη ομάδα των media της IMH, που για άλλη μια φορά κατάφερε μια εκδοτική υπερπαραγωγή. Σας ευχαριστώ.
Καλησπέρα σας. Για όσους δεν με γνωρίζουν, είμαι ο Ηλίας Αντωνιάδης, είμαι ο Γενικός Διευθυντής της Orb και θα θέλαμε η ομάδα της Orb να σας ευχαριστήσουμε πάρα πολύ που ανταποκριθήκατε στο κάλεσμα μας και είσαστε σήμερα μαζί μας. Για μας είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό, είναι μια εκδήλωση και μια έκδοση που προσχεδιάζαμε εδώ και πάρα πολύ καιρό και είναι τιμή μας και που μας δώσετε τις συνεντεύξεις για το περιοδικό του e-business και που είσαστε σήμερα μαζί μας. Πριν δώσω τον λόγο στους δύο ομιλητές μας που θα μας κάνουν δύο σχετικά σύντομες ομιλίες, θα ήθελα να προσκαλέσω όλους εσάς να μην φύγετε μετά που θα τελειώσουν οι ομιλίες, να κλείσω τις πόρτες, να φύγετε προς τα εδώ, στους κήπους της Mercedes Benz, όπου θα έχουμε ένα πάρα πολύ ωραίο κοκτέιλ για να τα πούμε από κοντά, να γνωρίσουμε όλους εσάς που δεν σας ξέρουμε και να πιούμε έναν ποτό και με όλους εσάς που ξέρουμε. Να φωνάξω τώρα την Νικολέτα Χαραλάμπους, που είναι Manager and Creative Director της εταιρείας μας. Θέλω ένα ζεστό χειροκρότημα για να την υποδεχτούμε στη σκηνή.
Τα λεφτά δεν είναι για πέταμα. Είμαι πάρα πολύ χαρούμενη που είσαστε εδώ μαζί μας σήμερα και μας τιμάτε με την παρουσία σας σε αυτήν την πολύ σημαντική για μας εκδήλωση. Πριν να ξεκινήσω, θα ήθελα να πω ένα πολύ μεγάλο ευχαριστώ στη CiC, που εκτός ότι μας εμπιστεύεται τα brands της, μας φιλοξενεί σήμερα και στα υπέροχα showroom της. Ένα μεγάλο ευχαριστώ και στην IMH, στο Γιώργο και στη Δάφνη, για την εξαιρετική συνεργασία και που καταφέραν να μας μαζέψουν όλους εδώ σήμερα, αφού ξέρουν να κάνουν καλύτερα αυτό που λέμε networking. Όπως σας είπα στην αρχή, τα λεφτά δεν είναι για πέταμα, αφού το καλό marketing είναι να κερδίζεις πελάτες και να κάνεις πωλήσεις. Πλέον τα πάντα είναι μετρήσιμα και το τελευταίο cent που ξοδεύεται στο marketing πρέπει να δικαιολογείται. Η κερδοφορία όμως δεν μεταφράζεται μόνο με οικονομικούς όρους. Η απόδοση μιας επένδυσης δεν έχει πάντα άμεσα μετρήσιμο χαρακτήρα. Τις πωλήσεις και τα κέρδη από μια επένδυση πρέπει να τα αξιολογούμε σε ένα μακροπρόθεσμο πλάνο, γιατί Έναν πελάτη τον κερδίζεις πρώτα στην καρδιά και μετά στην τσέπη. Γι' αυτό χρειάζεται μεγάλη προσοχή όταν θέτουμε στόχους και KPIs. Το return of investment είναι ένα πάρα πολύ σημαντικό εργαλείο, το οποίο όμως, εάν επικεντρωθούμε μόνο σε αυτό ή αν δεν το αξιοποιήσουμε σωστά, μπορεί να γίνει έναν επικίνδυνο εργαλείο και να αποτελέσει τελικά εμπόδιο στην ανάπτυξη και στην κερδοφορία ενός brand. Μια παγίδα στην οποία σήμερα είναι εύκολο να πέσει ένας marketeer και ένας οργανισμός είναι να στοχεύει μόνο σε ψηλό και άμεσα μετρήσιμο return of investment, θυσιάζοντας πολλές φορές το reach, αλλά και την εικόνα του brand με στόχο τις άμεσες πωλήσεις. Ο στόχος ενός marketing campaign πρέπει να είναι η κερδοφόρα ανάπτυξη του brand και όχι μόνο το άμεσα μετρήσιμο return of investment. Χρειάζεται ισορροπία μεταξύ του volume και του efficiency. Όταν οι εταιρείες στοχεύουν μόνο σε ψηλό return of investment, επικεντρώνονται μόνο σε τακτικές που είναι άμεσα μετρήσιμες και δεν υιοθετούν πρακτικές με μακροπρόθεσμα αποτελέσματα, εμποδίζοντας με αυτόν τον τρόπο την ανάπτυξη του brand τους. Πολλοί marketeers τείνουν να υπερεπενδύουν σε εύκολα και άμεσα μετρήσιμα κανάλια και να υποεπενδύουν σε awareness tactics, κάτι που είναι πολύτιμα εργαλεία για ένα σωστό marketing mix. Το αφήνω αυτό, για να μην σας κάνω τη δασκάλα. Τα brands που επενδύουν μόνο σε ό,τι είναι εύκολα και άμεσα μετρήσιμο, δεν μπορούν να προσεγγίζουν νέους δυνητικούς πελάτες. Για να επιτευχθούν οι εταιρικοί στόχοι και για την καλύτερη απόδοση μιας επένδυσης, χρειάζεται ο σωστός συνδυασμός πρακτικών marketing και καναλιών επικοινωνίας. Η ταυτόχρονη επένδυση στην ανάπτυξη του brand, αλλά και στην απόδοση της στρατηγικής marketing, προσδίδει ισορροπία. Το brand μεγαλώνει οργανικά, αυξάνονται οι πωλήσεις και μεγαλώνει και η δυναμική του brand. Στην εργαλειοθήκη ενός marketeer, η απόδοση της επένδυσης ποικίλει σημαντικά ανάλογα με το κανάλι και το ρόλο του στο ταξίδι του πελάτη. Συνεπώς, χρειάζεται ισορροπία. Στην πραγματικότητα, είναι οι συνδυαστικές προσπάθειες και η ισορροπία στη χρήση καναλιών σε όλη τη διαδρομή και το ταξίδι του πελάτη που καταλήγουν στην πώληση. Η κερδοφορία ενός brand είναι η φήμη, τα συναισθήματα και οι αξίες που κουβαλά. Αντί λοιπόν να κυνηγούμε μόνο άμεσες και ψηλές αποδόσεις, καλύτερα να εστιάσουμε στον brand και στο potential του για να μεγιστοποιήσουμε τα έσοδα και να διατηρήσουμε την κερδοφορία. Σίγουρα όλοι θέλουμε άμεσα αποτελέσματα από τις καμπάνιες marketing μας. Οι γρήγορες πωλήσεις σημαίνουν περισσότερα χρήματα πιο γρήγορα στις τσέπες μας. Εάν οι πελάτες αγοράζουν, τότε σημαίνει οι καμπάνιες δουλεύουν. Το να εστιάζουμε όμως μόνο στην άμεση απόδοση των καμπανιών μας μπορεί στην πραγματικότητα να βλάψει τον brand και τους μακροπρόθεσμους στόχους του. Τα άμεσα αποτελέσματα μπορεί να είναι ισχυροί δείχτες για το πόσο πετυχημένο είναι το marketing μας, αλλά οι αποδόσεις μπορεί να εξαφανιστούν όσο γρήγορα ήρθαν. Γι' αυτό, αντί να εξετάζουμε μόνο τις άμεσες αποδόσεις μιας καμπάνιας, ας εστιάσουμε στο πώς κάθε καμπάνια βελτιώνει μακροπρόθεσμα την εικόνα του brand. Οι μακροπρόθεσμες επενδύσεις είναι αυτές που πετυχαίνουν awareness και χτίζουν αξίες και συναισθήματα για τον brand. Στο branding δεν υπάρχει γραμμή τερματισμού, sky is the limit. Ακόμα και όταν ολοκληρωθεί μια καμπάνια, πρέπει να μπορεί να προσελκύει πελάτες. Γι' αυτό πρέπει να εξετάζουμε τον μακροπρόθεσμο αντίκτυπο του marketing μας για να κατανοήσουμε πραγματικά την απόδοση της επένδυσης μας. Αν δεν εξετάσουμε τις μακροπρόθεσμες αποδόσεις, σημαίνει ότι αγνοούμε ή ξεχνούμε πελάτες που θα μπορούσαν ενδεχομένως να μετατραπούν σε επαναλαμβανόμενους αγοραστές. Όταν μετρούμε μόνο τα άμεσα αποτελέσματα από μια καμπάνια, εξετάζουμε μόνο τις αποδόσεις κατά τη διάρκεια αυτής της καμπάνιας. Σίγουρα είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό να γνωρίζουμε πόσες πωλήσεις προέρχονται από μια συγκεκριμένη δράση. Αλλά αυτός ο τρόπος σκέψης από μόνος του είναι λες και αγνοούμε την αξία του brand και ξεκινούμε κάθε καμπάνια από την αρχή. Με αυτόν τον τρόπο δεν εξετάζουμε τον αντίκτυπο που έχει η καμπάνια πέραν από τη στιγμή που οι διαφημίσεις σταματούν να προβάλλονται. Το branding πρέπει να το αντιμετωπίζουμε σαν ένα μαραθώνιο 42 χιλιόμετρων και όχι σαν ένα sprint των 100 μέτρων. Εστιάζοντας στην μακροπρόθεσμη απόδοση μιας επένδυσης, αναγνωρίζουμε ότι η ανάπτυξη θα είναι αργή και σταθερή. Δεν πρέπει να παρασυρώμαστε απλώς στη μέτρηση των ποσοστών μετατροπών και των αριθμών πωλήσεων. Επενδύοντας στην εικόνα της μάρκας σας, επενδύετε σε μακροπρόθεσμες σχέσεις με πελάτες οι οποίοι ενδιαφέρονται για τον brand σας. Μέσα και κατά τη διάρκεια όλης αυτής της διαδικασίας δημιουργείται μια πολύ σημαντική και ισχυρή σχέση με τους πελάτες. Οι μακροπρόθεσμες επενδύσεις δημιουργούν μια πιο σημαντική ιστορία. Όταν στο τέλος μιας στρατηγικής marketing ένα brand μπορεί να πουλήσει μια ωραία ιστορία με αξίες και όραμα, τότε πάβει να μιλά με τους ανταγωνιστές και τους πελάτες της με οικονομικούς όρους. Ένα brand που γνωρίζει πάρα πολύ καλά αυτόν το σπορ είναι η Nike, που θεωρείται η master of the masters στην εξιστόρηση ιστοριών, παρουσιάζει αυθεντικές ιστορίες ανθρώπων, στους οποίους έχει επενδύσει όταν δεν τους ήξερε κανείς και μεγαλώνει μαζί τους. Ένα πάρα πολύ ωραίο παράδειγμα της Nike είναι ο Ραφαέλ Ναδάλ, στον οποίο επένδυσε όταν ήταν 13 χρονών και τον συνόδευσε μέχρι την κορυφαία στιγμή της καριέρας του. Περίμενε να περάσουν 23 χρόνια για να αφηγηθεί την ιστορία του. Όπως το return of investment, έτσι και το return on relationship είναι ένα εξίσου σημαντικό εργαλείο, το οποίο υπολογίζει την επιτυχία μιας επένδυσης. Στο return of investment μιλούμε για το θετικό αντίκτυπο μιας επένδυσης μεταφρασμένο σε οικονομικούς όρους, ενώ στο return on relationship μιλούμε για τις αξίες που χτίζει μακροπρόθεσμα τον brand με τον πελάτη. Δεν πρόκειται για μια απλή φόρμουλα που έχει θετικό ή αρνητικό πρόσημο. Το return of investment είναι μια ολοκληρωμένη 360 πλούσια περιγραφή της προσωπικότητας του οργανισμού σας και της σύνδεσης με τους ανθρώπους, η οποία δημιουργεί συναισθήματα, χρώματα και αξίες. Μια από τις 8 εντολές που ακολουθούμε πιστά στην Orb από την ημέρα της ίδρυσης μας είναι να δημιουργούμε δράσεις που ανακατεύουν τα συναισθήματα και χτίζουν σχέσεις. Η είναι το αποτύπωμα του leadership και του growth ενός brand. Μόνο όταν έχεις χτίσει πολύ γερές σχέσεις με τους πελάτες σου θα είναι δίπλα σου και στις καλές και στις δύσκολες στιγμές. Κατά τη διάρκεια της πανδημίας, τα μεγάλα brands των FMCGs αύξησαν το μερίδιο αγοράς τους, αφού ο καταναλωτής έδειξε την προτίμησή του στα brands που ήξερε και μπορούσε να εμπιστευτεί. Η εμπιστοσύνη κερδίζεται με μήνες και χρόνια σκληρής δουλειάς. Σήμερα όμως ο κίνδυνος να πάει κάτι στραβά και να χαθεί η εμπιστοσύνη είναι μεγάλος, αφού χρόνια εμπιστοσύνης μπορούν να χαθούν σε λίγα λεπτά στο καφενείο του Facebook. Γι' αυτό η επένδυση στον brand πρέπει να είναι μια συνεχής προσπάθεια που δεν τελειώνει ποτέ. Τελειώνοντας την παρουσίαση μου, επέλεξα να δούμε ένα βίντεο με 6 πάρα πολύ ωραίες διαφημίσεις που προβληθήκαν στο φετινό Super Bowl. Σίγουρα οι εταιρείες που επενδύσαν στο Super Bowl δεν μπορούσαν να μετρήσουν άμεσα την απόδοσή τους, αλλά όπως θα δείτε είναι όλα brands που ξέρουμε το όνομα τους. Σκεφτείτε ότι στο πρώτο Super Bowl το 1967 το κόστος για μια διαφήμιση 30 δευτερολέπτων ήταν μεταξύ 37.500 και 42.500 δολάρια. Το 2022 το κόστος για να προβληθεί μια διαφήμιση των 30 δευτερολέπτων ήταν 6,5 εκατομμύρια. Σίγουρα οι marketeers για να συνεχίσουν να επενδύουν σημαίνει ότι οι αποδόσεις είναι ακόμη μεγαλύτερες. Αλλά όπως θα δείτε πρέπει να είναι ένα πολλά καλό σποτ.
Hey babe, check this out. Alexa, it's game day.
Streaming football on Prime Video, closing blinds, chilling rosé. Rosé?
Well, it's an afternoon game.
It's like she can read your mind. Your mind. I love that we get to sleep Ordering fresh mint mouthwash. Extra strength.
I'm thinking I should get a spray can, you know? Because that's on Wednesday.
Activating blender.
Funeral's on Monday.
What about the gold, Papa? Can't you see the treasure all along me? It was here.
Love the eye patch. When does the show open?
March 8th.
Setting reminder to fake your own death on March 8th.
What the
When you have to do those love scenes with hot guys, is that fun or is that like the worst?
It's the worst.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Stall, this bread is delicious.
Oh, good.
Did you make it?
Yes, it's from my Gammy's recipe.
Announcement. Gammy is short for she bought it at Whole Foods. Announcement. Colin left the oysters in the car for 5 hours.
It's probably better Alexa can't read your mind.
Bad idea.
What's the game?
Wait. If it was delivered with Uber Eats, does that mean I can eat it? It says eat.
It's a diaper. This tastes bad.
This candle tastes funny.
I couldn't eat it.
Not bad, but funny.
And thanks to Uber Eats, we don't even know what food is anymore.
This isn't food.
We can't eat most of this.
Yeah, we can't eat any of this.
Why, Uber Eats? Why, Uber Eats? That bag's a liar.
Yeah, I just got so excited.
Nope.
Ooh, baby, 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 baby. Oh, get up on me.
I call it the wheel. I don't think so. What does it do? It rolls. Yeah, so does a bagel, okay? A bagel you can eat.
One of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
Brother David, behold, it's a fork. I got 10 forks right here, baby! Am I right? My lord? What is it? A toilet, my lord. A toilet? You expect this court to do its business inside? We're not animals. We go outside like humans.
It's coffee. It's new.
Oh, it's awful.
You don't like it?
I'm all jittery and feel like I got a big job coming on. Hancock, you sign first. No king! Gentlemen, have you taken leave of your senses? The people shall have the right to vote. Even the stupid ones? Yes. Stupid people vote? Yes.
Edison, can I be honest with you?
It stinks. Does your wife know what's going on here?
She knows I go to work.
You're wasting your time, and it's sad. You might as well put the dishes in the shower.
Hey, Captain, what's cooking? We're putting a man on the moon. Are you out of your mind? I can't even get tuna without celery. Nobody's going to the moon, ever. Why not? It's too far. It's far. It's really far. It's far.
我々の未来はトータブルミュージックです。
バカかバカかわかるだろうわかるだろうわかるだろう出ていけみんないるのか怖いんだバカにがいつもいるぞバカにどこバカし
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never. Franklin! Hey, I left my cane in there. What? What do you mean? Hey, that's an expensive cane!
Hey, Martha, pass me that big easy reach lighter in that bowl.
Bowl of strawberries.
Thanks. This is perfect for hard to reach places.
And it helps keep your fingers away from the flame.
Whoa, do I smell?
That's right. Fondue time.
Big easy reach, the ultimate lighter. Perfect for candles, grills, and so much more.
To be clear, we have never been accused of being flashy, sexy, or lit. May I? We're definitely not lit. I mean, seriously, we named ourselves Booking.com, which is kind of lit if we're talking literal. But it's who we are. We're good at helping you book travel. Like, amazingly good. And kind of at naming. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Όπως είδαμε, στην εποχή της ψηφιακής διαφήμισης, ένα μεγάλο σποτ εξακολουθεί να είναι μια ασφαλής επένδυση για μεγάλα brands που θέλουν να επικοινωνήσουν το μήνυμα τους με όσο το δυνατόν περισσότερους ανθρώπους. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ την κυρία Χαραλάμπους για την υπέροχη παρουσίαση και να δώσουμε τώρα το λόγο στον εκλεκτό μας φιλοξενούμενο, τον κύριο Τζον Μπέρκχαρτ.
We good with sound? Wow. Oh, I'm loud. I already knew I'm loud. I have been watching all of you like a hawk through all 6 of those commercials, and I have spotted a little pocket of hilarious. Some of you had massive smiles on your faces and were almost doing a very uncypriot thing. I almost heard a laugh. I heard a laugh, and I'm going to point you guys out. Nicoletta, I really enjoyed what I understood of your presentation, but just so you know, Elias, we cheated yesterday because she took me through it in full English, not the breakfast. Okay, guys, my name is John, and these guys asked me to learn Greek just for today. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to set my timer so I don't go over time. Ready, steady, go. And yes, thank you for having me. Kalispera, is that right? Thank you. I am here to talk about marketing ROI. I'm here to talk, I only want you to gather 3, maybe 4 things from this whole talk, but I want you to try your best to be engaged. I am the idiot. You will always look good. So again, if you're ready, what Nicoletta was saying about the power of brands and brand building, it is scary embracing this, but what we have to do, if you're willing to come with me, is we have to go down this dark tunnel into a place where the daring brands the brands that do a lot of what Nicoletta was talking about and a lot of what I'm going to be talking about actually go down this tunnel and they win. And they do it by being different and by adopting 4 fab things. Those 4 fab things, I am proposing, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that they double your ROI. And let's see if I can prove it in the next little while. Just a little bit on me, 3 slides maybe, then we get on with it. I was allowed to do things I should never have been allowed to do. I still kind of pinch myself thinking, I didn't get to fly the planes for Red Bull, but I did get to create all the marketing as we flew planes through massive cones up and down the Thames. Totally would not be legal now. That is one way that I did different, and I dared to do different and win, and we won big for Red Bull. They would not be allowed to do it today. In addition, I have been able to take 20,000 potatoes. Has anyone seen the movie The Martian? Just a show of hands. You don't have to embarrass yourself. Yeah, that's easily a good number. And, well, basically, the potato was the hero. I'm not going to give it away, but just suffice to say, we mailed out 20,000 potatoes to fans who were loving the film on Twitter, and that went big, and that dared to do different and dared to win. Also wrote a book about social media and about taking a live event like the Queen's Jubilee that is happening in 2 days' time in London, where I'm from, and seeing what brands have a right to say something on social media. That's what the whole book was about, the urgent genius of real-time advertising. We move on. There is a problem. It's a problem that Nicoletta hinted at as well, and we have these attention spans, and we don't know what's going to work and what's not, because our heads are full of TikTok, our heads are full of YouTube, they may even be full of Instagram, and even, as we may find out later, they may be filled with gaming. Some of you even do what some people would say is a waste of time on gaming. I beg to differ. But essentially, this is the pose. This is how we feel as brands. We're just like, what the frick? What do we do? It is so hard to get people's attention. And I'm here to say there's 4 things, 4 ways we can do it. And I've even got a visual demonstration for you, and I've got helpers to help me out with it. My daughter has left the home for the first time. She's 15. She's been texting me back and forth on an exchange program. Honestly, she's cool, and I'm not. But she's never, ever asked me what I do or, Daddy, can you show me some branded content? Essentially, what we all do here in this room is not necessarily what everyone wants to talk about, but we need to change that. And my proposal to you guys is that there's a couple of ways to do that, and it starts by being different. And we're going to even talk about emotions. We're going to talk about the emotions that Nicoletta showed in those ads. I've even screen grabbed some of those ads, and we will dissect 1 or 2 of them to talk about what emotion actually made the difference, made people say, wow, I remember you. Wow, I'm going to remember you when I want to buy a car, when I want to buy a Jeep, when I want to buy a Mercedes, etc. But again, the data is there. The data is to prove that 70% of folks just don't want to hear from us. This is a quote. I quote from Einstein a lot. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I know for a fact, you don't have to raise your hand, I have done the same thing over and over again in doing social media for brands, and sometimes I just was like, why am I still doing this? It didn't work the first time, and it's still not working. And I know no one raised their hands on that, but I do know that some of you relate to me on that. And now, there is one day dedicated to doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm going to think someone's going to get that day. What is that day? Groundhog Day. Can you tell me your name?
Anna.
Anna. So, Groundhog Day. Do you celebrate it? As much as anyone does, you idiot. I totally agree. So, you're totally right, Anna. So, this is And I'm not kissing backsides here. This is genuinely an ad that I love, and it is for a brand represented by CiC. So this is not like, I don't know what the Greek for ass kissing is, but this is not that. This is one of my genuine favorite, Anna, you will love this, Groundhog Day ads.
Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's Groundhog Day. And don't forget your booties, because it's cold out there today.
Phil? Hey, Phil! No, not you. It's me, Ned Ryerson! Okay, little fella, good job. That's different. Good job. Hey! We got the groundhog! Phil? Hey, you're gonna freeze to death. Who cares? See you tomorrow. Don't say your ass is wrong. Safety first. Yeah. We got the groundhog, Phil. It's not personal. It's just a game. Not a bad day, huh? I don't know where we parked. I was following you.
Has anybody seen the film? Show of hands, please. Okay, wow, that's a big number. That's a big number. Okay, so let me set the stage for you. This is just such a newsjacking win. I cannot explain to you. Are there any Jeep people in the room? Do you think there's anyone Jeep? Do you mind just raising your hand if you're a Jeep person, as in you work for Jeep? 1, 2, 3. Well, there, yeah, okay. Oh, so I'm going to talk to you guys. Oh, I can't because of feedback. I'll talk to you guys this way. Okay, do you guys know the magic of this ad? Why was this special? Do you realize what day did this launch? Yeah. Do you know, Groundhog Day was the answer. I know it's kind of obvious, but the Super Bowl is only been on Groundhog Day once in 54 years. Nicoletta's ads were Super Bowl. That was Super Bowl, just so you know. Next question for all three of you. The actor, has he ever been in an advert before? He hates adverts. He doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have an email address. You know this, don't you? And the magic of getting it all to happen was remarkable. So the reality is what that does, what that Jeep ad did, is that really it was storytelling, and it drives home the fact that no one wants to do the same thing over again. We all want surprise and delight in our lives. And you can guess what side of the brain a lot of that comes from. And to back up what Nicoletta said, I really want to show that there are reasons to be on both sides of the brain, but I hope that at the end of my speaking that we can all agree that brand building happens in this area with all the flowers. The right side. So here we go. Hope you don't mind me dropping some statistics, but it's very hard to talk about ROI without showing you loads of statistics. These are only 10 slides. I'll go through them quickly because I know it's late and you want to drink alcohol. So left side of the brain, as you know, it's about product-centric. It's focused on things. The other is about animated characters. It's about people. It's about spontaneity. There's a lot of animals seen in right brain adverts. So you can think to yourself, what have you focused on? What have you been allowed to focus on with the budgets you've been given, et cetera? Because there is a reason for both. Nicoletta and I talked yesterday, and LAS as well, we do not want you to think we're just saying right brain. But let's talk about left for a second. So left is where the focused attention happens. It's something I struggle with in a big way as a keynote speaker, but I'm all over the divided attention, but I have sustained attention just like anybody with a good story. And I'm all about being alert when something gives me a reason to be alert. Again, I work with the IPA. They did the test, this study that I'm about to show you. Only 7 more slides of it, but I think it will help do a rational grounding for the ROI argument I would like to propose to you tonight. And they looked at campaigns. They basically put them into the right bucket or the left bucket as far as what side of the brain they mostly appealed to. And again, the left was, all about, you see the logos everywhere, Peloton, and the right was fully demonstrated by the advert that I was allowed to show you from Jeep for the Groundhog Day. So again, left ad brains, no surprise here. They were more likely to drive direct effects. You can see that very clearly with the graph there. But we must move. We must move on. We must talk about brand building. There's a reason Nicoletta showed you those 6 ads. This is left. You're going to be able to see the leftness of it. These look like posters or billboards, but they're actually TV adverts. This is all left brain stuff for you. Watch. I've just made it silent so I can talk. But it's basically, these are TV adverts, but they might as well be digital billboards. It's just about product. It's a heavy focus on the product, and there's a reason for the direct response nature of it, and they do work in certain environments. But what I'd like to, if I'm allowed to spend the next little while doing, is I'd like to look at the other side of the brain and really unpack 3, maybe 4 things on the other side of the brain, because that side of the brain, the right side of the brain, well, that is associated with emotion. We're going to talk about exactly which emotions those are. It also generates broader and longer effects. Essentially, what we're trying to really do here with this whole event, with this brand new issue that I've just seen a copy of today, of marketing ROI, we're talking balance, but we also want to see how do we get long-lasting effects, and I want to talk about the memory. I want to really talk, if I'm allowed, about being memorable. So again, let's look a little bit more on some of the stats. Right brain video campaigns are more effective even, and this is good news because we don't all have Super Bowl budgets, do we? Even when the TV spend is on average below that of even online video. Again, now, I want us to turn back the clocks, and sadly, I am going to have some volunteers, but don't freak, because I've already got them sorted. You don't have to volunteer for anything. I want you all, it would be really weird if I told you to close your eyes, so don't do that, but I'm imagining you all with your eyes closed. Think back to your earliest memory, and that's really hard to do, so let me give it more specific. Think back to your earliest memory of driving a car. Think back to your earliest memory of your first kiss. Think back to your, I'll leave it there because I could go deeper into the weeds there. These first memories are important. We have an opportunity, and it gives me chills just talking about it. We have an opportunity to provide firsts. The Jeep ad that I showed you provided firsts for a lot of people. They'd never seen Bill Murray. They love him. They worship the movie. It happened on Groundhog's Day. It was a massive first. There are there's YouTube channels dedicated to just that ad, believe it or not. So again, it's about lodging in the memory, and I'm going to propose to you that there was a common thread through all of Nicoletta's Cheetos, Doritos, Dancing Animals, whatever you saw. I actually genuinely think that the fun, because I even watched them like 2 to 3 times last night like a freaking idiot, and I think the fun never dropped down there. I actually think it was a great collage. And do you know how many Super Bowl ads there are to pick from? It was a great collage of keeping it on the green. And what I would like to do is think of your earliest memory of playing a game in Cyprus. Has anyone ever played a game, I'm going to practice this, called Tavli? Oh, did I mispronounce it? Everyone, okay. I just found out today that the other side is chess and the inside is Tavli, which I think is very economical. Anyway, you guys are great at it, you already know. Can anyone think of a first memory, and would anybody be willing to tell me how old you were when you played Tavli, and was it really memorable? Like, did you play it on the top of a cliff or something? Anyone have a memorable memory? Okay, I know you do. Oh, yes, Lucas, what's your memorable memory? Okay, you were 5. Yep. And who won?
Well, that wasn't me.
Oh, that wasn't you. Evidently, you don't win on your first time. Okay, brilliant. Lucas, thank you. I really appreciate the audience participation. As you know, yes, just because I am half American, half British, I just wanted to point out that we even entered your tournament and didn't do badly, finishing 6th. Anyway, moving on. Favorite musical artist. Favorite musical... I'm going to be sexist, and that's really a terrible thing to say. Can I just speak to the women in the room, and can I tell you that there's a guy that wrote that book about memories, and he has told me that all of you remember most fondly, because your brains are more developed than your male counterpart, you remember most fondly the music from age 11 to 13. Can anyone think of a band you still like from age 11 to 13? Just think about it. I'm not going to pick on you, although I'd want to. Guys, it's older. It's 14 to 16 for us. I'm going to play something. If anybody is in their middle 40s, I want you to think about the music that's playing in this Johnny Walker track. You're never going to be able to unsee this. I think this is brilliant.
Take a walk on the wild side.
Walk all over you. She told me to. That's right. She told me to. People saw me for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Walk the same. Walk the same. Like this. Come on, boo.
Okay, anyone recognize one song from that? I'm just pointing at you. Yes, all the way in the back. I have to come. Sorry, I have to run. Which song? I won't scare you. Yes.
All of them.
All of them. What's your favorite?
The second, third one.
What's the name of it? Walk This Way? Or the okay, that's Run DMC and Aerosmith. I don't want to be rude here. Do you mind telling me how old you are roughly?
46.
This gentleman in the back has just proved my point. He's 46, and he was exactly in the time frame when Aerosmith and Walk This Way happened in 1987. Point proved. Thank you, sir. Okay. Harness the power of 4 first. If we're going to remember, if we're going to be memorable so we can double our ROI, we got to harness the power of firsts. It's just what we have to do. We have to seek out these new experiences. They don't have to be first kiss. They don't have to be embarrassing. But we need to think about what can we help our audience do new for the first time. And let's make it multi-sensory. Let's use emotions. Let's invest in attention. Let's look at these happy moments. Think about the happy moments that happen in your customer's life and think, am I doing enough to really celebrate them? Some of you are not even sending emails to celebrate their birthdays. Like if you buy an expensive item or whatever, you should celebrate special moments just like birthdays. That's just a starter for 10. And again, let's create these moments. And again, this sorry to pick on Danish people, but this is the guy, Mike Viking. What a name, Mike Viking. Stepping out of your comfort zone can be the first step towards making these memories. Here we go. I need Lucas, who is my volunteer. Lucas, do you mind coming up here? And my lovely assistant, Lena. I am going to literally drop 3 important things on you. I'm going to teach you a game. Thank you. Lucas, do you mind just holding up? I'll get you to hold up something in a second. I need to know if anyone has played Le Grin. Lingrin. Elias has corrected me every single time because I cannot seem to say it. Lingrin. Has anyone ever played it? Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. When? How old were you? You were 6. Where did you play it? School. Do you mind telling me a location in Cyprus? Okay, I don't know where that is. Some of you do, though. Did you ever play Lindgren? When? Where?
Grandfather's Village.
Grandfather's Village. How old? Probably 4 or 5. Were either of you any good at it? I love this game. In fact, I'd love to even teach you how to play it, but instead I'm using it as a marketing metaphor. Can I get you two gentlemen who's just to come up and hold the buckets? Lucas, I need you to hold the bucket you most relate to. Lucas, you're on creativity. Do you mind? Just for, literally, you'll hold the bucket and go back to your seat 10 seconds later. It's just for the picture. So both of you gentlemen who played Lindgren, you're this.
Oh, I'm this, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna literally create this live, and we're not gonna play it because someone will get hurt. If you wanna put the bucket over your head, if this is embarrassing, I don't mind if you do that. That would actually be very funny if you wanted to. So, what I'm here to prove, to name tags that I cannot read. What's your name again?
George.
George, I know that name, yes?
Angelos.
Angelos. Angelos and George. So what I'm going to prove to you is, now show your bucket with that word showing. That word like this. We have the analytics bucket, and then hold that one up, the purpose bucket. I am, in the time I'm allowed, the 10 minutes I'm allowed left, I'm going to show you how, with the base of purpose and analytics, and then my man Lucas comes in on top of there, because everything has to be covered in creativity, no word of a lie. And then if you step to the back where, and then what, I'm not going to tell you the surprise, because the surprise is the fourth stick that is the thing that is the impetus. These gentlemen here played it when they were small. This is the stick that you go like that, and you go up like that. This stick flies in the air, and then you hit it, and then the person has to throw it back. That's how the game works.
It was based on stones.
Yes, and initially it was based on stones, but we couldn't find any stones. Elias, I knew we were going to get our asses kicked for that. Sorry, we wanted to find stones. We found buckets. Anyway, thank you guys. We got our photos. You were brilliant. You can go back. And sit down. You guys are amazing. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you so much. So, really quickly, because a lot of you are clueless, Lindgren is this game here. You can see it on the screen. I wasn't making it up. You guys invented it. I'm going to be playing it in London. In London parks. I will. No word of a lie. I'm going to play it with stones and hurt people. And again, this is it. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, you see how it's done. Purpose, analytics, creativity. Here we go. Let's do a quick dive through all of these and what you need to learn about all three of these. I'm going to do them in my order. Creativity, brilliant. You got to outperform people by doing unexpected things. This is a famous investor, Howard S. Marks. He also gave me a graph to share with you. And this graph is where we often find ourselves. And this is in doing something conventional. It's what everyone else is doing, so it feels safe, but it doesn't actually lead to standing out or ROI at all. It's just leads to being just like everyone else. This area is contrarian. It's against what everyone else is doing. And there's one tool, and you often say this, if you do the contrarian thing, if you think of fun, if you apply my Lindgren thinking to ROI, you will raise possibly even your own IQ, if not your customer's IQ, 80 points. Smarter people than me told me that. That's a famous scientist. Again, it's about unlikely combinations. My friend in the back who's 46 and wasn't afraid to tell me that he loves to walk this way, that was an unlikely combination, sir. That was a band on their out, Aerosmith, competing with a band on their in, Run DMC. Unlikely combinations win big in ROI, and McKinsey are going to prove it to us. We're going to get into some deep, dirty data. But first, we're going to talk about analytics, hyper-personalization. I love this example. I have to do work in marketing automation for brands like Cartier. Cartier, I showed this slide to them last week, and they said, yep, we know who that is. Do you guys know who that is? Because listen, these two people are exactly that. Born then, married twice, 2 kids, successful, wealthy, and they like dogs. Anyone have a clue who that is? Yes. Ozzy freaking Osbourne. I love you. I can't believe you got that, because I tried to cover his face where you wouldn't get it. You're a genius. And that, no one will get this. All of you got that. Totally didn't see that coming. So anyway, yeah, exact same person. We've got to do hyper-personalization. We've got to find ways to go beyond just personal letters, even though they're a brilliant thing to do. This is my football club. We have very ugly kit. A guy wore a dress, his wife's dress, and they actually send him the ugly kit because it looks exactly like it. We got to go beyond just those. That is a really nice first touch, but we've got to use data and analytics to improve ROI, and these are what we have to do. Don't just do the name and the email address. These are the identity-related sources that you need for hyper, and I love that word because that is me, hyper-personalization. You gotta go email address, location, demographics, which is that age and that birthday thing, IP address, social IDs, etc. That is what you need to start with. Most people, as you can see the black bars, most people don't even get beyond email address and name. I think it's a shame. Purpose, man. That was one of the buckets that the guy wanted to cover his face with. Purpose is huge. You guys know that brands have to stand for something. This is one of my favorite football teams because they're the first green football team. Some of you are all into sustainability. They're the first greenest football team in the world. Their stadium is even made of wood. They even have no chemicals used in the way they cut the grass, etc. All vegan food, etc. They've made international news by standing for something. Hi. I want you to think about the purpose of your brand. Would someone love you so much that they would put a tattoo on their body that says you? I think Ozzy Osbourne would have a tattoo of something, I don't know what. Again, if you will embrace what McKinsey said, it's called a triple play, and that means you focus on analytics, real-time personalization, making sure you have a purpose, and then also this amazing thing on top that Lucas was talking about, this creativity layer that Nicoletta showed us 6 examples of. If you do that, you will grow. In a non-pandemic, you will double your ROI in a non-pandemic. In a pandemic year, you will 2.7 your growth. Again, by focusing on exactly who you're talking to, this is the analytic bit, then going like, oh my gosh, do everyone know that we stand for more than just selling stuff? We actually have a purpose. And then we do this creativity thing. The creativity thing is what I'm gonna end on in the few minutes I have left. I don't want to go to jail, so I'm not gonna hit anyone with a storytelling stick, but the storytelling stick is what Nicoletta was hitting you with over and over and over for all 6 of her ads. This is the stick that I think will help us rocket. It'll help us win at games. It'll help us win people over. And here we go. In a couple of minutes, I'm gonna wrap this up. Look at this. People who use the storytelling stick along with data, analytics, purpose, and creativity 2.5 times the ones that don't. You can read these triple play, and I'm adding a quadruple play with the storytelling stick. And again, look at this. Companies that use triple play infuse creativity with analytics, 2.5, 1.7. It's not too late for you to do this now because most of the world sucks at it. In fact, McKinsey will tell you only 7% of brands out there right now in Nicosia, in the world as well, are doing this very well. You could start it here tonight. I know you can, and I'm gonna stop pointing my stick because it looks like I'm trying to hurt someone. Again, I mean, Orb, you guys were talking to me all yesterday about being a 360 company. That is the way to start. It is starting by finding you a company that will help you with this 360 journey with the analytics, the purpose, and the creativity and storytelling. Again, let's find ways to have a common enemy. If Valentine's Day is something that your people are into, why don't you name a cockroach after someone's ex-lover? That's never been done before. That was one of the most viral Valentine's Day things ever, and I hate Valentine's Day. I think it's cheesy, it's horrible. I would name my cockroach Ricky if my girlfriend's name was Ricky, ex-girlfriend, or even Curtis. I want you guys to think about storytelling, which has to have an enemy. There were enemies in all of those ads, some more clear than others. There was definitely an enemy in the Bill Murray ad that was about doing things the same way over and over again. To close with, I want you to think, if you're going to Lindgren a brand, are you going to have a character like Bill Murray or like those animals in the Cheetos ads? Are you crucially going to add some tension? Are you going to show your hero surviving in a, wait for it, surprising way? Surprising is the key. I need you to make it effortless. I need you to say, I don't want to put a cone in my Mercedes showroom when I have a spill. I want to put a banana cone, because you see a banana and you instantly think, literally, you look at a banana and you instantly think, that's slippery. That means there's a spill there. I can see it from a mile away. That's what you need. You need to make it effortless and easy like that. And I have no idea why they did a green cone. That's just stupid. Make it surprisingly easy as a wrap-up. Can you have a button that says order Mercedes? Just press a button and you can order one. That might be hard. But for some of your other brands, Domino's Pizza, send an emoji out, your pizza comes. It's that simple. A wine bar in London, champagne button. Press the button, champagne comes. You can get very, very, very drunk just pressing that button over and over and over again. Again, make it easy, make it effortless, make it emotional. There you go. These are the emotions. You need to tell stories. You need to Netflix and chill. I asked all of the Orb people if they were obsessed with Netflix. They all said they are. They binge race things. They watch everything within 24 hours of it all coming out because they're really into culture. They may even compete for one of the top countries that watches everything on the first day it comes out. That's what these Orb people seemed like to me. And again, these are the emotions. Laughter is crucial. This is what Nicoletta talked about. That is the crucial laughter moment in that film, in my opinion. And again, it's about laughter. It's about surprise. If you will take one slide away, take this away, 400%. If you surprise your customers, that's 400% more intense emotions. 400% is a lot. Joy. I need Lucas to come over because Lucas has been helping me with and I want to thank him because he put his head above. He's been helping me with the Lindgren. Speed racing is a big thing. It is essentially a gaming term where you race through all the games. We had a massive conversation about that. He's helped me with the Lindgren. One of the best case studies I'll end on is all about fun. It was all about the data. It massively improved the ROI for Lego. And Elias told me that everyone likes Lego, so it's okay to end on. Fun, watch this. Literally, gamers were not buying Minecraft Lego, so they just adopted speed running. Speed running is where you race through any video game as fast as you possibly can. This was massive, a massive success, and look at the numbers. Speed running, again, there's about 5,000 games where you speed run through them. It's a big thing. That's the numbers, and look at that. This is the way to reach a niche. The niche that Lego was failing at was gamers. Lucas, you are my gamer. You and Constantinople, your friend. Konstantinos. Thank you, Lucas. I'm going to give my lovely, amazing shadow and assistant is Lena, and this is a money can't buy unless you have 11 pounds in the Heathrow airport, which I did buy, and I bought this for anyone who would participate, but Lucas, you actually volunteered, which I think was insane, because I know that that's not really a done thing. So please enjoy this, because we are all adult fans of surprise, picture moment, adult fans of making it easy, emotional, and effortless. I would love to talk to all of you as we get awkward here. I've held this for way too long. But thank you for listening. You've been amazing. Get in touch with me in these places. And I'd love for at least like 5 people to come up to me and say that they learned one thing. Only 5, if not 50. Thank you so much. And someone can have my storytelling stick if they want it. Property of IMH.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ τον κύριο Μπέρκχαρτ για την ομολογουμένως πολύ παραστατική παρουσίαση. Κάπου εδώ να σας ευχαριστήσουμε ξανά που μας τιμήσατε απόψε με την παρουσία σας. Εννοείται ότι δεν φεύγει κανείς, μιας και ο Ηλίας μας έχει κλειδώσει τις πόρτες, άρα βγαίνουμε από εδώ για να απολαύσουμε και το κοκτέιλ μας. Καλή συνέχεια, να περνάτε καλά.